In today's video, we're looking at the top 5 football gear for tight ends and H-backs. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Mr. Football here today. Today we're here with another top 5 video. I'm updating a lot of my top 5 video series this summer, and I wanted to start off with tight ends. And so we're going to add in H-backs as well because in my opinion, H-backs and tight ends are pretty much the same position as far as today's game. I hear a lot of guys that come on the channel, they say that they're H-backs, but they're like tight ends, and so it's pretty much in the same position for me is how I consider it. Other people may consider H-back to be, like a true running back. But whatever the case is, H-back seems to be a common term used kind of interchangeably with tight ends. So I did this video originally back 3 years ago, and I wanted to update this video series on tight ends and tight end gear. I've had some updates as far as what gear should be considered. Fair point before we start, we will not be discussing swag items. What is a swag item? It's upgraded mouth guards, it's visors, little things like that that kind of just go along with it, even though like some people may consider that to be a top 5 item for them. I'm considering top 5 items to be what you need to play the position. Do you need a visor? That's up for debate, It's just one of those things. It's not really a requirement. But it's a swag item. So like we do swag items like that's in that video. Just getting that out of the way. Starting off with cleats. We always start with number 1 with cleats. You got to have cleats to play the game. Tight ends need a mid cleat. The best 2 mid cleats, in my opinion, right now that you can get would be the Nike Alpha Menace 2 that have come out this year. I've not had a chance to look at them in person, but to me, a mid-style cleat, this is what a tight end is going to need in that regard. So Alpha Menace 2 is going to be kind of your Nike option. If you go with any other options, Under Armour Highlights, personally a big fan of the Under Armour Highlight cleats. I think they're pretty versatile as far as many positions can use that style of cleat, especially in your skill positions. So Under Armour Highlight cleats, Alpha Menace 2 from Nike are going to be my top 2 picks for cleats for tight ends and H-backs in 2020. Number 2 is girdles. The girdle, if your school provides that for you, that's not, you can obviously sub something else in on this list. But if you're buying your girdle for yourself, I would go on the cheaper end as far as girdles. I would stay away from, you can do whatever you want, but personally I think you get more for your money by getting something that's half as cheap as, like, say, something from Adidas or Nike or Under Armour, and getting something like a Russell athletic girdle for $35.99. And Dick's Sporting Goods was actually running a deal on some of their Riddell girdles just for $29. So you might check out those sites as well. You can get expensive in a hurry on girdles, so I always think if you're going to buy them for yourself, you might want to buy 2. So, and you can probably, shop around and find a good deal. You don't have to get the newest thing that come out this year. Sometimes they'll have sales and specials on girdles. That's my recommendation if you're going to buy 2 or more sets of girdles, and you may just need 1. It just depends on how often you use it. Number 3 is a back plate. This is an add-on from our original video. I felt that a back plate would be pretty useful for a tight end as far as how the game is played, especially the tight end H-back being a blocker type. So as well as being a receiver as well. That's obviously what tight ends are made for in the game of football. My top 2 picks right now for back plates would be the Shock Doctor Showtime back plate. I've reviewed it here on this channel. We've given it away. It's an awesome, check out that review first and foremost. And then also we have one of my favorites of all time, and this is a frequent occurrence on this series, is the Riddell Chrome backplate. Big fan of this. It's $40, and for what you're getting a really good quality backplate from a trusted company. Not that other backplates aren't trusted or anything, but I like how thin this one is. I like the shape that it gives. It's just an awesome for high school players. Like this is a great pick. I mean, it's also a swag item at the same time, but I think it's essential. So I find that to be an essential item for tight ends. Number 4 is we're getting to our receiver gloves. So when we get to our gloves, we want to try to find a receiver glove as a tight end, but we also want to find something in the middle that has padding on it. What's the solution? Nike Super Bad gloves, or any receiver glove that has padding on it. What I would call a hybrid football glove, something in between, a padded glove and a receiver type glove. These are the Super Bad 4s, and I'll show a picture of the Super Bad 5s from this year. Just a big fan of the Super Bad gloves in general. Just with the amount of padding that you get on the back of the hand, and then still having the grip on the front of these. Just a big fan of Nike's Super Bad glove. The Super Bads have been around for a long time, and they update the Super Bads about every 2 to 3 years. So it's a glove that stood the test of time, and it's very much relied to on many players in the college ranks and the pros. So it's a great glove. My final item, number 5, is going to be padded compression. You might look at it as either looking at padded compression sleeves, whether they go on your legs, or whether they go on your arms, where they go everywhere. I mean, I think this is kind of borderline on the swag item side. An item that I subbed out for this was a football towel. I felt like that was like my 5th to 6th item. So I wanted to keep it top 5. So I took off towel and put in, a padded forearm shiver. If you don't want to get padded stuff, I mean, just get, especially if you play on turf, get some kind of sleeves. Whether you get like leg sleeves, arm sleeves, I think it's an essential item today. This was probably one of the lists that I changed up the most compared to what I did 3 years ago on this channel. But what I'm looking at this summer and getting on this channel, and you guys are going to see this video much later on, but I'm going to be reviewing the Nike Hyper Strong Core padded forearm shivers. So that's something I'm just excited to be able to get to review for you guys. Something a little different. We've not done a video like that in a long time, so I'm kind of excited to do that for you guys here. So, and as far as like I said, you don't have to get padded sleeves or anything. Like if that's not your thing, that's totally cool. I mean, that's up to you. But I'm giving my recommendations as far as for playing positions. Okay, so that's gonna be wrap up the list. So we'll go through it one last time. I'm just thinking I'll just give you the most general top 5 here, just to kind of recap. We said for number 1, we were going to get mid football cleats, whether you get plastic or whether you get another type of cleats. Plastic cleats seem to be the most common today as far as that goes. You get the girdle for number 2. For 3, we had a back plate. 4 was our padded receiver gloves, and 5 was our padded our Hyper Strong Core padded sleeves, padded compression sleeves. Just kind of recap what I did back 3 years ago for those of you that want to know and don't have to go back to that video. But for our tight end video back then, we did mid football cleats. We did the girdle, so 1 and 2 were the same. I put a wrist sleeve. Looking back, I watched it and I was like, nah, that's kind of stupid. That's what I thought. And I was like, I took that off. And then I left padded receiver gloves in their same spot at 4, and then took off towel. So I really just changed 2 items. I thought I'd change 3, but that was really it. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I just want to kind of give you guys some updates on social media. If you follow us on Twitter, that's where we do a lot of our giveaways on Saturday and Sunday nights. So be sure to check out our upcoming live stream this weekend. We're going to have a giveaway, so you'll be able to see that, as well as check us out on Instagram for all kinds of updates and different things that I post to my story throughout the summer. And then we have a private Discord page when you start sharing your football gear. Okay, if you're a tight end, I'd love to see your guys' football gear that you have picked up this football season already, or maybe going to pick up. We really enjoy seeing all that football gear in the submit your football gear section of Discord. It's really fun. We also have Patreon. If you want to support the channel in that way, you can always support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and liking this video. But if you want to support the channel monetarily, you can drop a little money in there on Patreon. You get a little bit extra access to the videos, additional content that's not on the channel. It's a neat place, and our starting tier is $1. So if you have $1, you can support the channel in that way. But that's all I've got for this video. We'll see you guys next time. I'm Mr. Football, and I'm out of here.
Perfect.